You know how it is. You want to figure something out, maybe see where you stand with your English, but wading through tons of info just feels like too much effort sometimes. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It can be overwhelming.
So that's what we're doing today. We're aiming to give you a clearer idea of your English level, but, without all the heavy lifting.
Precisely. We've looked up this YouTube video. It's called What's Your English Level? Take this test from the channel English Lessons with Kate.
Okay.
And we're basically going to walk through the test in that video, pulling up the really useful nuggets from her questions and the explanations she gives.
Right. So the video's got these multiple choice questions, beginner, intermediate, advanced levels.
Yes. 3 levels. And for each one, Kate gives the right answer and, importantly, explains why it's right, the grammar, the vocabulary behind it.
Gotcha. So our mission then is to kind of unpack all that, highlight the key takeaways, the common mistakes people make, those sorts of things.
That's the idea. A shortcut, if you like, to understanding some really core parts of English grammar and usage based on how they come up in this test.
Like getting the cheat sheet for the test without actually taking it.
Sort of. More like getting the key lessons distilled down so you can quickly grasp some essential points.
Okay, I like it. Let's dive in. Beginner level first.
Let's do it. Question 1 gives 3 choices. Sarah have a very big house, Sarah has a very big house, or Sarah has a very big house.
Okay, that first one sounds wrong already. Sarah have.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The correct one Kate points out is Sarah has a very big house.
Right.
And this really nails down that basic but crucial rule, subject-verb agreement. Present simple tense?
He, she, it takes the S, or in this case have becomes has.
Exactly. He, she, it, third person singular needs has. It seems small, but it's fundamental.
And what about a very big house part? Why not just has very big house?
Ah, good point. That brings up articles, a and me. With singular countable nouns like house, you usually need an article.
So because it's one house, and we're not talking about a specific known house, it's a house.
You got it. A very big house. Can't really drop the A there.
Okay, makes sense. Question 2 then, negatives. I doesn't like cheese, I not like cheese, I don't like cheese.
This one's about using the right helping verb or auxiliary verb for negatives.
Right. You need do or does.
You do. And for I, it's do. So the negative is do not or contracted don't.
So I don't like cheese, doesn't is for he, she, it.
Perfect. He doesn't like, she doesn't like, but I don't like. Essential stuff.
Definitely. Okay, number 3 is about transport. She goes to the office in taxin, she goes to the office by taxi, or she goes to the office by taxi.
The key here is the preposition we use for modes of transport.
It feels like it should be by taxi.
And you'd be right. She goes to the office by taxi. We generally use by plus the transport type by bus, by train, by car.
And Kate mentioned something about not usually using the, like not by the taxi.
Yeah, that's a good nuance, unless you mean a specific taxi, like the taxi waiting outside, and you just say by taxi, by car. Generally no article.
Got it. Okay, question 4 loops back to that Selena's rule. She lives in France, she lives in France, or she is live in France.
Yep, reinforcement. Third person singular, present simple.
Needs is us, so she
Yeah.
lives in France.
Exactly. That is vital for talking about regular actions or facts for he, she, or it.
Okay. Number 5, modal verbs. He not can swim, he doesn't can swim, he can't swim.
Modals, they have their own little rules, don't they?
They do, and you don't use do or does with them for negatives or questions.
Correct. You just add not after the modal, usually contracted, so can becomes can't.
So he can't swim. Simple as that.
Well, simple once you know the rule. He doesn't can swim is a really common mistake.
I can see why. Okay, question 6, future plans. Are you going to London next week? Do you go into London next week? Or are you going in London next week?
This tests the be going to structure for future intentions.
Right. You need the verb to be conjugated correctly.
Yep. So with you, it's are, then going to, plus the base verb, which is sort of implied here by London.
So, are you going to London next week?
That's the one.
And you mentioned the preposition to again for direction.
Exactly. Moving towards a place, go to London, travel to France. In would mean you're already there. Like, are you in London now?
Okay, clear. Question 7, past simple questions. Do you work yesterday? Are you worked yesterday? Did you work yesterday?
The key clue here is yesterday. Signals, past simple.
Right. And for past simple questions, you use
Did. The auxiliary did, plus the subject, plus the base form of the main verb, not the past tense form.
yeah. So Did you work, not did you worked.
Precisely. Did you work yesterday?
Got it. Question 8, general question structure. Weak questions. How she makes an apple cake. Does she make an apple cake? How? How does she make an apple cake?
This shows the standard word order for we questions.
Which is usually question word, auxiliary, subject, verb. QASV.
That's a good way to remember it. Question word, how. Auxiliary verb does. Subject, she. Main verb, make. So how does she make an apple cake?
Cool. QASV. I'll try to remember that. Okay, number 9. Verbs followed by other verbs. I enjoy to watch Netflix. I enjoy watching Netflix. I enjoy watch Netflix.
This is about verb patterns. Some verbs just take a specific form after them.
And enjoy takes the ing form,
Yeah.
the gerund.
It does. Verbs like enjoy, mind, suggest, finish, they're typically followed by the gerund. So I enjoy watching Netflix.
Right. Watching acts like the noun, the thing you enjoy.
Exactly.
Okay, last one for beginners. Number 10. Countable versus uncountable. There is a water in the glass. There is many water in the glass. There is some water in the glass.
Big difference here hinges on water being uncountable.
Can't count water. 1 water, 2 waters, nope.
Right. So you don't usually use a with it. And many is for countable things.
So that leaves.
There is some water in the glass. Some is often used for an unspecified amount of an uncountable noun.
Perfect. Okay, that beginner level covered some really essential ground. Ready for intermediate.
Let's go. First intermediate question. I haven't seen Mary last night. I didn't see Mary last night. Or I don't saw Mary last night.
Ooh, present perfect versus past simple again, but with last night.
Exactly. And that specific time marker, last night, usually points us towards
Past simple.
past simple. So, I didn't see Mary last night. The present perfect, haven't seen, is more for unspecified past times or things connected to now.
Right. If you just said, I haven't seen Mary, that's fine, but add last night, and it needs to be past simple.
Generally, yes. That's the standard rule Kate explains.
Okay. Question 2, more present perfect, but questions. Did you buy the tickets? Have you bought the tickets? You have bought the tickets.
Structure for present perfect questions, auxiliary verb first,
Which is have or has, so have
plus the past participle.
bought, right?
Yeah.
Have you bought the tickets?
That's it. Did you bought is wrong because did needs the base form and it's the wrong tense anyway. And you have bought isn't the standard question form.
Gotcha. Question 3, been versus gone. Tricky. She's never been to Australia. She's never gone to Australia. She never went to Australia.
Yeah, this confuses a lot of people. The difference is about location now.
Been means you went and came back.
Correct. Or in this case, never went. The point is she isn't there now. Gone implies the person went and is still there.
So if she's never visited, she's never been to Australia is the best fit.
Exactly. It fits the implied context.
Okay. Question 4, collocations, words that go together. He made many mistakes. He did many mistakes. He has done many mistakes.
This is all about natural phrasing. What verb usually goes with mistakes?
We say make mistakes, right?
We do. It's a very strong collocation. So he made many mistakes. Past simple is the most natural choice here.
Even though did or has done might seem logical, make is the word.
Yep. English is full of these partnerships.
Okay, prepositions next. Number 5, your progress depends on, depends of, or depends by different factors.
Another case of a verb needing a specific partner preposition.
And depends takes.
You depend on something or someone.
So, depends on different factors.
Correct.
Right, conditionals now. Question 6, first conditional. If I see Mary tomorrow, I will tell her. If I will see Mary, I tell her. If I saw Mary, I would told her.
This is for possible future situations. The structure is pretty fixed.
If clause uses present simple, right?
Yes. If I see Mary.
And the main clause uses will plus the base verb.
Exactly. I will tell her. So the first option is correct.
Okay, now question 7, second conditional. Hypothetical stuff. If I was you, I would learn. If I were you, I learned. If I were you, I would learn.
Right, for unreal or imaginary situations, like giving advice using if I were you.
And the structure. If clause uses past simple.
Yes, and often were instead of was, even for I, he, she, it. It's called the subjunctive mood, technically.
Okay, so if I were you,
And the main clause uses would plus the base verb.
I would learn. So the third option.
That's the one. If I were you, I would learn.
Makes sense. Phrasal verbs in number 8. They called out the trip. They called off the trip. They called for the trip. Mike was sick, so.
So they canceled it. Which phrasal verb means cancel?
Call off.
You got it. Call off means to cancel. They called off the trip.
Okay. What about call out or call for?
Call out can mean shout or challenge someone. Call for usually means demand or require, different meanings entirely.
Right. Number 9, the used to family. When he was a child, he used to play chess. He got used to playing chess. He was used to playing chess.
3 similar forms, different meanings. Used to plus base verb is for.
Past habits. Things you did but don't do now.
Exactly. Be used to plus ing means you're accustomed to something now.
Like, I'm used to waking up early.
Right. And get used to plus ing is the process of becoming accustomed.
Like, I'm getting used to the noise.
Perfect. So for the childhood habit in the question.
It's got to be used to play chess.
Correct.
Okay, last intermediate. Number 10, past tenses again. I was angry because I had waited. I was waiting, or I had been waiting for him all day.
We need a tense that shows an action happening over a period before another past action, being angry.
Okay, was waiting shows duration, but doesn't strongly link to the anger starting after. Had waited is past perfect, but maybe doesn't emphasize the duration as much.
You're on the right track. The best fit is the past perfect continuous. Had been waiting.
Ah, right. That emphasizes the waiting happened for a duration before I got angry.
Exactly. It connects the 2 past events and highlights the length of the first one. I have been waiting for him all day.
Okay, intermediate level done. Some tricky points there. Ready for the advanced round.
Bring it on. Question 1. I get in through the window. Options. Managed to, could to, was able to.
Could to is definitely wrong. Could doesn't take to.
Right out. So it's between managed to and was able to. Both suggest ability.
But managed to feels like there was some difficulty involved. Like you succeeded despite a challenge.
Precisely. It often carries that nuance of overcoming difficulty. Given the context of climbing through a window, managed to fits perfectly.
Okay. Number 2, phrasal verbs and pronouns again. Your papers are on the floor. Why don't you read? Options. Pick them up, pick them.
Remember the rule for separable phrasal verbs when the object is a pronoun like it or them.
The pronoun has to go in the middle.
Yes, between the verb and the particle.
So pick them up.
Correct. Pick up them is wrong.
Got it. Question 3, aid versus a adjectives. We were really with the weather. Options. Disappoint, disappointed, disappointing.
How did we feel?
We felt disappointed. So the aid form.
Exactly. 8 adjectives describe feelings. The weather itself was disappointing. It caused the feeling, but we were disappointed.
Clear. Question 4, avoiding double negatives. Do you think we'll finish in time? Responses. I suppose not. I suppose not. I don't so suppose.
We need a natural way to express a negative expectation.
I don't suppose not. Sounds wrong. 2 negatives.
It is. Standard English avoids double negatives like that. I don't so suppose is just not English phrasing.
So it must be I suppose not.
Correct. Simple, natural, and grammatically sound.
Okay. Question 5, reported speech. Direct. Where have you been? Reported. He asked me where I have been, where I was, or where I had been.
Rule for reported speech. Tenses often shift back. Present perfect, have been, usually becomes
Past perfect.
had been.
Exactly. So he asked me where I had been.
Right, makes sense. Question 6, passive voice. The painting sold for, the painting was sold for, the painting was being sold for $3,000.
The focus here seems to be on the painting and the action, selling, not who sold it. That often suggests using the passive.
So was sold, verb to be plus past participle. That's the simple past passive, yes. The painting was sold. Was being sold is the continuous passive, implying it was in the process of being sold at a specific past moment, which doesn't quite fit here. The painting sold, active, is possible, but the passive often feels more natural when the agent isn't mentioned or important.
Okay, passive it is. Question 7, time links. He's had his car, linked to, he passed his driving test, using when, since, or as.
The first part he's had is present perfect, meaning it started in the past and continues to now. Which word indicates a starting point in the past that continues?
Since. Like since 2020, since last year.
Exactly. Since marks the beginning of the period. So he's had his car since he passed his driving test.
Got it. Advanced vocabulary now. Question 8. The directions were worn, so we found his house easily. Options. Straightforward, coordinated, essential.
If the directions made it easy to find the house, they must have been.
Clear, simple, easy to understand. That sounds like straightforward.
Perfect. Straightforward means exactly that.
Okay. Question 9. More vocab. One of Mike's is his writing skill. Options. Drawbacks, assets, acquaintances.
A writing skill presented positively is a valuable quality. Which word means a valuable quality or skill?
An asset.
Correct. Drawbacks are negatives. Acquaintances are people.
Right. And the final question, number 10. I heard outside, saw men arguing. Options. Burial, coincidence, commotion.
What kind of sound would arguing men make? Noise, confusion, disturbance.
That sounds like a commotion.
Exactly. A commotion is a noisy disturbance or confusion.
Okay, we made it through all 3 levels. That was quite a workout.
It really covers a lot, doesn't it? From basic agreement to, finer points of tense and vocabulary.
Yeah, it's amazing how much grammar is packed into those questions. Even the beginner ones hit really core concepts.
Absolutely. And hopefully walking through the why behind the answers, not just the answers themselves, was helpful.
Definitely. So for everyone listening, maybe some of those points felt really familiar, like, yep, got that. And others might have been a bit, oh, right, I sometimes mix that up.
And that's really useful information, isn't it? Knowing your strengths and also pinpointing those areas you might want to brush up on.
It really is.
Yeah.
It gives you focus.
So maybe take a second to think back. Which explanation sort of clicked for you? Was there anything that surprised you or maybe a common mistake you realized you might be making?
Yeah, that reflection is key, I think, because understanding these things, subject-verb agreement, tenses, prepositions, phrasal verbs, all that stuff, it's not just about passing a test, is it?
Not at all. It's about being clearer, more confident when you actually use English.
Right. It unlocks better communication, less misunderstanding, more confidence, really. Whether you're writing an email, having a chat, whatever it might be.
Exactly. So hopefully this deep dive has given you some food for thought on your own English language journey. Maybe spark some ideas for what to look at next.